Hello everyone, now do you want to learn how to take cool photos like this, or like this? Well, this is a thing called toy photography, or photoygraphy. And I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. Now all you're going to need is your favourite action figure, like we've got Clone Commander Cody here, but we don't like him, because he shot at Obi-Wan, so yeet! And you also need something like your phone, or a fancy camera, if, you know, we want to be fancy about it. And then there's also going to be a couple other things along the way, a few practical effects that will really make the photos pop. But we'll get into that later in the video. Now, let's head outside. Right, so we're outside, and I think a big thing with toy photography is just getting outside and finding good locations to actually take photos. So what we got here, we got a tree. Put a couple of figures on that, some of them falling off. Bam, you got Kashyyyk. What else have we got over here? We've got, down here, you can see just an old tree root. Chuck some figures in that, bam, you got a trench. Down here, got a bunch of dense foliage. So put some figures in here, bam, you got a jungle. Or a forest, let's not discriminate here. Another location we've got over here, we've got this grass mound. Chuck some figures on top of that. They're having a last stand on top of a hill. Very World War II. Down here we've got some dark areas. Chuck some figures in there. You've got yourself a cave. Here, just a bunch of branches. Could be some barricades. Some troopers leaning on them. Over here, some wire. Some figures hanging off of it. Use your imagination. Have fun. Improvise. Overcome. Adapt. All of that. Alright, so down here, we've got these quite bright green leaves. They look quite alien. A bunch of sticks. So I think what we're going to do here is set up some stormtroopers. We've got some Minband stormtroopers. I think I'm going to set up down there. And I think we've got a scene now. That's just a very basic scene that we've got set up. So we've got our guys set up down here now. You might find they keep on falling over, and they're pretty tough to make stand up and balance. So you might want to like dig their feet into the ground. We've got the camera just set up here on this little low down tripod. Here's what the scene looks like. So we'll give that a go, taking a photo there. And then you might just want to move it around a bit, try and get a couple more angles, and maybe try zooming in a bit. Thankfully it's detecting a face on one of the stormtroopers there, on his helmet. But I think that's it for that scene. So we'll try setting up another one before it gets too dark here. Right, our next scene here, we're going to use a bit of wire, but as a little bit of a practical effect to make the photo pop a little bit. So here we've got Obi-Wan here, perched on the side of a tree. Could be Kashyyyk, could be Utapau. Was that the place where Cody shot him? And anyway, we've got Cody down here. We don't like Cody. He's the one we yeeted earlier. We've also got a little bit of copper wire. So what we're going to do with this? Well, I'll show you now. So after a ridiculous amount of mucking around with the wire, we've finally got him positioned on the tree here, so it looks like he's flying off. And then we've got Obi-Wan up there, force pushing him off. It's probably better for us to focus on Cody here, because stormtroopers tend to look more realistic, or clone troopers, than the actual human figures. So those are just a couple of tips to help you get started on your photography journey. Now I know I took those photos on my camera, but they can look just as good on your phone camera, so don't let not having a professional camera stop you from getting out there and taking some photos. And there's so much more when it comes to toy photography than just what we've gone into today, and I'll make more videos based on the topic. But there's stuff such as practical effects that you can add to your photos to make them really stand out and look awesome. And we haven't even touched on editing yet, so I'll definitely go into that probably as the next video, to show you how to actually edit the photos to make them look that little extra bit professional. Now if you want to see more of my photos, you can follow me on Instagram, where I try and post as regularly as I can, or you can follow me on Twitch, where I do a weekly editing live stream where I go through and edit all the pictures I've taken that week. I usually do that on Friday evenings, sort of around 8 PM GMT. So, stop by, have a chat, give me some suggestions for photos. Let me know any edits you want to see, any characters you want a picture taken of, or just stop by to have a nice chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.